lesson. Okay, so today we are going to learn about parts of a circle. So 129, Mia, 24 parts of a circle. Mia? Parts of a circle, parts of a circle. All right, some of you might know this. Some of you may not. Let's see. Let's test you guys out. If I have a circle and identify the middle of the circle, and then I extend the line out, what do we call this part of the circle? Does anybody know? Starts with an R. Radius. Very good. So this is called the radius. It's called the radius. I'm sure there's a reason why it's called the radius. I just don't know. Yes?
Maybe because it looks like those radio CD things.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a CD. But I think the radius came way before CDs came. But that's a compact disc. All right. Now, if I have another circle, and I find the middle of the circle, and I extend out both ways, all the way, from one end, there's an end. Does anybody know what this part of the circle is called? It starts with the letter D. You're the first part of it, correct? Diameter. Yes, it's an I in there. It's kind of squished. Diameter. Now, so these two are the parts of the circle that you will learn in 7th grade. There are other parts of the circle that you'll learn later on. I'm not sure if in 8th grade or in high school, but you won't learn it in 7th grade. These two are the parts that I need you to know, radius and diameter. Now, what's the relationship between the radius and the diameter? Do you know the relationship between them? Yes?
It tells you how much space there is inside the circle.
Yes. Going like if I were to walk all the way across, how many inches or centimeters would I go walking or so? All right. There's a special relationship between these two. Okay? They're like cousins. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar. Okay. So if I have a circle, and that is a radius, and I say that the radius is 5 inches. So from the center of the circle out, the radius is 5 inches. So we abbreviate radius with the lowercase r. R equals 5 inches. Now, what if I have the same exact circle? Wow, look how it's the twin. Whoa. Exactly the same. You do a good job in drawing the exact same circle, same size and everything. And in this circle, I want to know what the diameter is of the same circle. I want to know what the diameter is of the same exact circle. Yes. So if the radius is 5 inches, then I'm going to double it to determine the diameter. So what's 5 plus 5? 10 inches. So the relationship between the radius and the diameter, diameter is double the radius. Okay? So let's do another one. So here are two circles that are exactly the same. Wow. They're twins. They're exactly the same. Look at that. They're exactly the same. And I say that the radius here, the radius is 7 centimeters. So if the radius is 7 centimeters here, what would be the diameter? Good.
And if you have just the diameter, you have to find out the radius. You have to divide or subtract.
Divide by 2. So let's do that. Okay. Do we understand the relationship between radius going to diameter? Yeah, you just double it. You can either add this number 7 plus 7, or you can do 7 times 2. Whatever makes you do it fast. Okay, but what if we go backwards? What if I start with this circle. It doesn't really matter which way we go. Look at those twin circles. They're exactly the same. What if I go, this is 12 feet. Okay? So the diameter, D, equals 12 feet. So if I give you the diameter, I'm going to ask for the radius. And what does the radius equal? 6 feet. It will be half. So I would take 12 and divide it by 2. So this is the math that we're doing. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay? So if I give you the whole line going through the whole circle, in order to get half a circle, I would divide by 2. So the whole thing, it's like 2 arms. Right? This is just like 1 arm. And I didn't do I did a good job here at moving the radius. If you notice, did you notice how the radius kind of moved in different directions? Right? The diameter, I did not do a very good job at moving that line. But I'm going to consciously do it differently this time around. So what if the diameter, is this a diameter? Yes. Yes, it is. So diameter, what if it's 96 inches? So, what would the radius be? How do you do the math? Divided by 2. So, 96 divided by 2. So radius is 48 feet. All right.
Feet and inches.
Oops. I did that on purpose to see, Gio, if anybody would catch my mistake on the units. Good job. Yes, always make sure that you keep your units the same. We don't want to change from inches to feet. Unless you're going to do the conversion. But who wants to do that? I don't. Any questions so far? All right. This is level 0.00000001 of circles. Because there's so much more to teach you. So enjoy the easy of today's lesson. I might stop you in about 20 minutes to teach you a little part that you're going to need to know later on this week. Set timer for 20 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 20 minutes. All right. Okay, so let me start you off. Of course, if you need help, we're all here to help today. 2? Number 1, look at the circle. Look at the picture. Did they give you a radius or did they give you a diameter? Radius. So number 1, when it's half the line, when it's half a circle, it doesn't go all the way through, that is a radius. So the small line is the radius. The small line is the radius. So therefore the radius is 3 yards, right? So what would the diameter be of this same circle? 6. We would take this number and multiply it by 2. So if we're taking radius and we're going to diameter, you're going to multiply by 2. Yes? No, these are pretty easy. you're going to have to do this. Good old school math. All right, so number 2, did they give you half a line or the whole line? They gave me the whole one. So when it's whole, we call it the diameter. So this number represents your diameter, so you can put it in. And then we have to, Mia, do the math, because from here to here, we have to divide by 2. So when we're going from diameter to radius, we have to divide by 2. And what in the world is 92 divided by 2? Good. I don't know if we'll have time to practice today, but we'll see. So part 2. Circumference. Does anybody know what circumference means? Okay. No. Yes. So, circumference is a fancy, super fancy word for perimeter. So what is perimeter when we talk about perimeter of a shape? The outside, going around, right? So because a circle is a circle and it's round, a mathematician a long time ago said, well, we can't call it perimeter because it doesn't have straight sides like a rectangle, triangle, trapezoid have. So let's make up a brand new name, circumference, but it literally means the same thing as perimeter, which means you're going the distance around all the way around the circle, right? If I were to walk around, it would be called the circumference. So circumference is the distance around the circle. So not the inside, it's not the area, it's the circumference. All right. Now, circumference is equal to, here's your formula. Pi. This is a symbol for pi. Okay, in the Greek alphabet, this letter would be called the pi, this symbol would be called pi. Times the diameter. Pi times the diameter. Now, some of you do know, what is pi equal to? 3.14. Actually, I said that wrong. What's the approximate value of pi? Right? Right. So, pi, spelled P-I, symboled is pi. Pi has an approximate value of 3.14. It's actually a number that never ends, never repeats. So it goes on forever. It's 3.141592, so on and so forth. On March 14th, we celebrate Pi Day. Why on March 14th?
Because 14, and March is the third month.
3rd March, 14th. March 14th. So, people will celebrate Pi Day. Coincidentally, Einstein was born on Pi Day.
Do you celebrate that?
Your competition
Ends on Pi Day.
ends on Pi Day. Not by coincidence.
Alex Day.
All right. And then diameter, which you just learned, is when you go, and when I use the number that goes all the way across, right? That's your diameter. So,
Is it a Friday?
I don't think so. Circumference is going around the circle. So a mathematician a long time ago, you know, was looking at a circle and saying like, I wonder what the distance around the circle is. Well, when he took a regular ruler, he's like, can't really measure this circular object, right? So he discovered that if he measured the diameter going straight across the circle, if he measures going the diameter across, right, and it would be about 3 times going around the circle. So he discovered that if he multiplied by pi times the diameter, he would get the measurement of the circle going around. If I were to walk the circle, all I had to do was multiply 3.14 times the diameter, because your traditional ruler just couldn't cut it. Yes?
Can't you use like one of those rulers that like
The plastic ones, the bend.
Yeah, but a million, thousands, hundreds of years ago, this wasn't that ruler.
Bro,
So-
how did that Popeyes?
So their super awesome mathematician saw that relationship. He saw that like if he multiplied, if he went like this, and then multiplied by 3.14, you could do it. You actually solved it, and you can go around the circle, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's do a math problem. So here's my circle, and I'm going across.
More circles.
What's the week of circles? So you're starting a little bit of geometry. And I say that the diameter is 12 inches.
Why is it bent?
All right. It's an illusion. It's the angle of it. Okay. So I want to know what is the distance going all the way around the circle, right? So I would take my formula. Circumference is equal to pi times diameter. We're going to write down the formula a couple of times so you start memorizing. This is not the only formula I get to teach you. So the faster you learn this, the easier it's going to be for you in a second. All right. What is pi? 3.14 times, what's my diameter, I should say. Diameter. 12. So did they give us the number that we need? Yes, they gave us the number that we need. All right, go ahead and plug that into your calculator.
Bebop, boo, boo, boo.
37.6.
Thank you, man.
What do we get? 37.68. Okay, what are my units? Inches. So circumference is equal to inches. So C stands for circumference, and 37.68 inches. So if I were to walk around this circle, it would be 37.68 inches around the circle.
There's
Yeah.
no like squared or
When do we square?
when it's area.
When it's area. This is not area. This is like perimeter. So there's no squaring. All right, let's do another easy one. Then we'll do a hard one. Gas. Okay, diameter is 8 inches. So this is the diameter. So circumference is equal to pi times the diameter, pi times d. What's pi? 3.14 times, what's my diameter? 8. And what do we got?
24.88.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
25.12 inches. All right. Now let me give you a hard one.
Oh. Oh my god, that is
Oh, okay.
What?
not epic.
I'll take that.
4.
What's hard about this one?
You have to do extra
It's
steps.
just radiating. You gotta go.
Yeah, but it's like
You have to, before you get started, realize, did I give you what you needed?
no.
No. I gave you radius.
So you have to like so it's 4 divided by
No,
4 times 3.42.
Yes. So the formula says pi times d, but this is not d. This is radius, right? Which is why that's the first thing we learn. So if I give you the radius is 2, then the diameter is 4. So 4 is the number that I need, not 2. But that's how they trick you. That's how they trick you. Adrian, what is your answer?
Okay, hold on. Do it.
I got 12.56. Oh crap!
Actually, hold up. What? Alright. Go to Alex calculator.
What units did you guys use?
Oh my god, you said that. They use a C.
Good. I would make the mistake of always putting inches
What?
because it's so common.
I got 12.06.
All right, are we okay with circumference?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is level 1.
As long as you
Bruh.
So the first worksheet was 0.000001. This is level 1. And then tomorrow I'll teach you level, maybe I'll teach you level 5. Maybe.
Whoa, that's a big jump.
All right, I want you to do these 3 problems in your notebook. So instead of giving you a worksheet, I'll just give you these 3 problems in your notebook. Ooh. Ah. Check your answers. Until you show work. You don't show work, that calculator is going to go away. Tell me what you use to plug into your calculator.
I use that thing. I use something called circumference.
Can you get a star from us?
Ooh, bring your stars. Just take a picture.
Maybe I will have to take a picture with tomorrow. Because tomorrow you're going to get a worksheet on this. So maybe I'll have you guys take multiple pictures. Am I disappointed if you don't have any of them done?
Literally.
Yes. Should we not have 3 problems done by now? Yeah. A little disappointed, not gonna lie. The last one. gonna do tomorrow with tomorrow's worksheet, all circumference tomorrow. Decimals wrong on the last one. Yes. Okay, I'll pick it up. Did everybody give you guys homework? No. nice, you could take it to him. If I were you. He's let's see, period 2. Yeah. I think it's the same size as the front. So we're going to put those where the smaller TVs are. Because those are too small.